Okay, we're going to make the Singing in the Rain cloud pouch. First, I have taken the pattern pieces and I traced them on the wrong side of vinyl. You'll want to use vinyl, leather, cork, some kind of a non-fraying material. So trace both of these onto the wrong side of your vinyl and cut them out. And then I'm going to use the back panel pattern piece to mark the snap placement. And I mark that snap placement on the back panel only right now. I'm going to use my leather hole punch to cut that small dot out. All right, now we want to place the front panel and back panel wrong sides together and match up the, I guess, cloud bumps, I don't know what you call them, at the top that match. I'm just placing some clips on the two pieces to hold them together. So now I want to fold that flat portion of the back panel over the front panel. I'm kind of creasing it. And now I'm going to mark that snap placement on the front panel using the hole that I already punched into the back panel. Okay, so here's my snap placement. So I'm going to unclip this and punch that hole. And then we're going to install half of the snap into the front panel now before sewing it. So the snaps that I use are Cam Snaps, and you can order them, I think, from Cam Snaps directly. There is a Cam Snaps Facebook group. Also, I probably don't want to clip those back together. All right, so just choose whichever color of snap that you'd like to use. I think I'll use light blue. You'll need 2 cap pieces and then a male and a female piece. So just get the 2 opposites. So like that. All right, and now I think in the pattern I say to install this female side first. It doesn't matter. Just 1/2 will go onto this part. And you can also use metal snaps. There are metal snaps from Dritz, I know, that have a snap setter tool that you can buy at Joann Fabrics. There are plastic snaps like this that they sell at Joann's or Walmart that are a different brand, but I think they're made or marketed toward cloth diapers. So, all right, so just flatten that prong out. I'm going to place my clips back on here. All right, and now we're just going to top stitch all the way around the whole entire shape, including the flap. I have my Teflon foot on my sewing machine, and I'm using a longer stitch length. It's at like 4 3/4 right now. So I just like to start at the edge near where the flap closes, and you're going to back stitch a couple stitches. So just try to keep them neat because you will see it. And I'm using a 1/8 inch seam allowance, which can be a little bit tricky to see with this foot. So if you have a narrow Teflon foot, that might be a good option for this. But a Teflon foot definitely makes it easier to sew with vinyl. So just kind of raise the foot up if you need to. to see it, and take your time and go slow to keep the stitches looking nice and neat. And the bobbin thread will show along the entire back of the pouch. So you'll want to make sure that you have a coordinating color in your bobbin as well. You can use it if the back and the front are different colors, you can always put a different color in your bobbin than you have in the top. As long as your tension is correct, they should meet right in the middle and you won't see the opposite color on the other side. So just play around with your tension to make sure that you have that right. And you definitely don't need an industrial sewing machine for this. I'm just using the machine I sew with most often. So if you have a domestic, these are definitely domestic friendly patterns. If you have an embroidery machine and would like to make the same pattern in the hoop, you can visit NosyPepperPatterns.com, and she is offering the same pattern as an in the hoop design. Hers includes multiple sizes. Mine does not, just because you can always print smaller. So if you want to make this pouch really tiny, maybe you just want to put like a quarter in it to keep it on your keychain if you shop at Aldi and you need quarters. You could just print the pattern at a smaller size percentage when you go to print in Adobe. Normally you would print at actual size or 100%. You would just decrease that to a smaller percentage and it will print out smaller. You could also enlarge it the same way. Okay, so I've sewed all the way around. If you use edge coat, you could use a little bit of edge coat on this right now to go around the edges and kind of give you a more finished look. I've seen people use Sharpies. I don't know how well that holds up, but it could color the edges of your vinyl anyway. Alright, so I just installed the other half of the snap in the flap portion. Now I just fold the flap up and snap the two halves of the snap together. And just that simple, I'm done. If you want to, you can install an eyelet and a key ring here and make this a little keychain. You could put it here if you want it to, depending on which way you want it to hang. But that is just a super simple little cloud pouch. So make sure if you make these, post them in my Facebook group. I'd love to see all of them. Thank you.